Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Económica. In today's world, economics is one of the most important topics to know. Our lives are based in a system where it is important to be informed about every change that happens not only in our country, but in the world. As individuals, we all actively participate in the changes of our economy. However, there are more important and bigger factors that change the things we know.
Hi everyone, I'm going to talk about FTAs and regional integration treaties. The weeks the news of this week is that UK and Singapore signed a free trade agreement. I would like to talk uh, about how is a free trade deal, and this is a free trade deal encourages to normally trade goods but occasional service as well. Trade between countries is cheaper by reducing or eliminating tariff. This Thursday, International Trade Secretary Liz Truss and Singapore Trade Minister Chan Chun Sing signed a free trade agreement in order to increase access to both countries into their markets. And what does this deal do? Well, there will be a reduction in non tariff barriers in four major sectors: electronics, motor vehicles, pharmaceuticals, and medical devices. Under this agreement, tariffs will remain eliminating for 84% of all tariff lines for Singapore exports to the UK. And what will be the benefit of these two countries signing the treaty? Well, both countries, Singapore Asian food products will continue to enter into the UK without tariff, and UK iconic goods like Scotch whiskey will maintain protection. And the most important is that all these tariffs will be eliminated by November 2024.
So on the tariffs, non-tariff barrier sections, we have British exports worth millions have faced EU tariffs since Brexit. So let's start with clarifying what are tariff and non-tariff barriers. So tariff barriers are the duties you pay a country at the border, usually when you're exporting goods, while non-tariff barriers are the measures taken by governments and authorities in forms of government laws, policies, regulations, restrictions, or specific requirements to protect their domestic industries. So, pretty much since the UK exited the European Union, uh, certain domestic exported goods to the European Union have been taxed. So these benefits from being integrated to the European Union are now being noticed on the domestic goods being exported from the UK. So as we see in the following graph, animal products, motor vehicles, and apparel items are being affected in a large scale with taxes. So in the first mover advantage section, we have Elon Musk Neuralink company. So let's clarify what's the first mover advantage. So it's the action a company takes into launching a product or service to the market first, like establishing presence, product loyalty, service recognition, price shifters, and having a priority supplier. Since they are the ones being the mavericks into that new industry, they will they will be the ones who lead and decide how the market reacts and changes. But this doesn't mean you always have success. Let's remember, being the first doesn't always imply success. With this new Neuralink company, Elon Musk is going to have the advantage of seeing how his consumer behavior works. But it doesn't imply that everybody would like it. So uh, the company will have its advantages by monitoring the brand recognition, the profile of the customers.
Hi everyone. First of all, I want to give you context on what is happening here in Mexico. The president of Mexico, Andres Manuel López Obrador, on his way to gain energy independence from foreign imports. In the energy issue, Pemex bought the other 50% of the shares to gain total control over the Deer Park refinery in Houston. Aiming to produce in a short term all the motor fuels needed to supply local demand, Andres Manuel government is managing to deliver 8 refineries by the end of his government. I want to emphasize that Mexico is one of the major world crude oil producers as well as a big consumer, but only a 40% of the production is refined domestically. In order to analyze this strategy, I want to let them know what important import substitution industrialization is. EC is a trade and economic policy that advocates replacing foreign imports with domestic production. It is based on the premise that a country should attempt to reduce its foreign dependency through the local production of industrialized products.
Well, we're going to talk about the dispute settlement process. We have the news about Costa Rica has a dispute settlement against Panama, but I'm going to talk about a little of some context about what is this dispute. Well, a dispute settlement is when a member of the government is violating some terms of the WTO agreement with someone. Well, in 2021, Costa Rica already had a dispute settlement against Panama for violating various restrictions on some agriculture products that they want to send, but Panama is not having some context in here. Why is that? Well, Costa Rica and Panama have some allegations that are caused by these certain experts, and Costa Rica is trying to communicate for more than 2 years, but there is no response from Panama. This implies an investigation carried out that explains the case to be known to see if they are violating some rules in some sort of like SPS obligations that they need to do. They are going to be on a type of with a jury. Sorry. Now I'm going to talk about the currency exchange rate and exchange rate trends. This is like the currency, the determination of the money in an economy, comprising the coins and paper notes in circulation. The exchange rate is referred to the price of one currency in terms of another currency. Well, looking at the situation that the world is living now with the pandemic, all the business are finding a way to capture global economies. Investors are looking for new markets and trading opportunities with this type of problem. There has been a big decline in the volatility to some point that are expected. The currency exchange rates will continue to react to shock the world. Why is that? Well, this will surge both risk in forex trading and potential trading opportunities while the situation can be controlled in the world.
Today, on our COVID and trading news, we have analyzed a case that is happening right now in Europe. In March, AstraZeneca announced that they will only deliver a third of the vaccines promised to the European Commission in the first quarter of 2021. But now, European Union has changed their way on doing business in their health sector. Instead of following an open system where products and services flowed in and out freely, as they were doing it before, they have opted instead for an industrial policy that they would never have had to implement if only they had been concerned on the exclusive delivery since the missing vaccines for the European Union when delivered to the United States, the UK, and Israel. However, we have seen that the European Union does not coordinate decisions as good as a country does. And I want to emphasize that this is the last and only chance for the European Union to keep up with the vaccines. But if the European government failed to coordinate the industrial policy implemented, the results will be catastrophic for most of the European citizens. and the duration of the pandemic will be prolonged. This is all for today. Thank you, everyone. Keep watching us every Wednesday to update you with the most relevant economic news.
Ahí está, ya quedó.